Accidents, natural disasters and attacks, including terrorist attacks, have become the order of the day in present times. The statistics as given by government agencies are staggering. For example, there have been 1,022 fatalities as a result of accidents for the period between 1st of January and 23rd of April 2020, according to the National Transport and Safety Authority. Whereas there is a slight variance of -3.4% as compared to the same period in 2019, the number of victims is much higher in this period as opposed to the corresponding period in 2019. Mortality rate, on the other hand, currently stands at 34.056 deaths per 1,000 live births, according to the United Nations. Complications during pregnancy and childbirth are a leading cause of death and disability among women of reproductive age in Kenya's most remote areas. Kenya has also had more than its fair share of terrorist attacks that have claimed many lives. What then do you do when a relative or close friend is in dire need of medical assistance and needs immediate evacuation? Emergency Plus Medical Services, EPLUS, is a company that is fully owned by the Kenya Red Cross Society to provide pre-hospital care and ambulance services. EPLUS was established in March 2010 and launched in May of the same year with a clear mandate to bridge an existing gap.
The idea was born way before, in the year 2006. And there's an accident that happened that informed the dream for EPLUS. And this involved a senior management staff of the Kenya Red Cross who was traveling on official business to some place in Isiolo. And along the way, it was in the evening, she got involved in an accident. Unfortunately, there was no ground ambulance that could be able to do the rescue services. So we were left with no option but to activate one of the Land Cruisers that we had, which had a siren. At the time, we thought it was an ambulance, but with time, we've come to realize that it was just a transport vehicle. It had the siren and a stretcher, and we put in our first aid kit, and that's the vehicle that went to rescue her.
Just like any other new entity, EPLUS had a fair share of struggles, including acceptance.
At the time that I joined also, EPLUS was also struggling with a number of issues because of not performing well. Of course, the staff were not motivated, and so I had to struggle with, just shaping the EPLUS culture and building the capacity of the staff so that we are all aligned in our thinking to be able to drive the business to the levels that, or the strategic direction that was in place.
EPLUS is not your ordinary emergency provider. Quality of pre-hospital care is our drive to saving lives. Professionalism has always been our undertaking, with well-trained officers who are equipped to deliver medical care on transit. Our staff continue to prove totally dedicated, committed, and even selfless in the face of emergencies that need attention round the clock.
To be the first responder and must go to ambulance business today in this country or company is something that we could not have dreamt of 10 years ago. But because of that dream, because of that one incident, here we are today. We can all be very proud. I'm sure the thousands, if not millions of Kenyans that have had the services of EPLUS would attest to the fact that this is the best thing that happened to the country in this field of emergency care and first response since this country was established.
Our services have exponentially grown, and in retrospect, creating many job opportunities for many youths in the region and beyond. The well-trained paramedics and emergency medical technicians, EMTs, complement the well-equipped ambulances to provide top-notch pre-hospital care that in most cases determine the eventual outcome of the patient at recovery. Starting up with only 5 ambulances to the current fleet of 128 state-of-the-art and well-equipped ambulances on the ground across Kenya and beyond, EPLUS is the largest pre-hospital care provider in the region, determined on saving lives. Growth has not been a vocabulary at EPLUS. It has been our language.
Thank you for calling Emergency Plus Medical Services and at your service.
From a small dispatch center, growing gradually to a fully fledged nerve center with the latest monitoring and communications technology. This has in essence been the cornerstone of EPLUS operations across the country, carried out with precision by equally trained and passionate personnel.
Roger, I have Romeo Tango Alpha, a road traffic accident that is at Likoni Road.
The dispatch center, based at the headquarter offices in the capital city Nairobi, is the linkage point to every crew and ambulance, up to the most remote corner of the country.
We have 2 types of ambulances. We have an advanced life support and a basic life support. We use radio communication to dispatch our teams all over the country using their high frequency and their very high frequency radios. We are also able to monitor our ambulances through the GPS system. We are able to check the location of the ambulance, which is actually real time. We are able to inform our clients of the ETA of the ambulance. We are also able to track the movement of the ambulance, the movements they make on a daily basis. We can also run reports of the ambulance. We are also able to check the fuel levels of the ambulance or any abnormalities of the ambulance.
With ready equipment and capacity, the organization has become a stitch in time that continues to save many counties in Kenya through tailored partnerships. Kakamega County is located in the western part of Kenya. The county covers an area of 3,051.3 kilometers square and is the second populous county after Nairobi with the largest rural population.
Being a big county and with poverty level about 60%, you would expect that healthcare is very, very critical. Having served as a Minister for Planning in the Kibaki government, I realized that healthcare is very critical to this country.
Kakamega County was an early adopter of EPLUS services right from inception.
I had the advantage of having interacted with your former Secretary General, Goulet. So I called him and said, might they have ambulance services that they can provide? Immediately at that time, I thought that having 12 sub-counties, I could maybe to have 6 ambulances so that one will cover at least 2 sub-counties. And that's how we started our journey in 2014.
The main beneficiaries of EPLUS emergency and ambulance services in Kakamega County are the residents of this great county. Lives continue to be saved.
Hizi ambulance tangu walete zimesaidia sana. Kuna vijana wa pikipiki sometimes wanapata accident, unapata kijana amevunjika mguu, haizi kalia pikipiki. Sasa wanapiga simu, unapata ambulance imefika kwa haraka sana, inasaidia, wanampeleka paka hospitalini. Kuna dadangu alikuwa anataka kufanyiwa operation kwa hiyo hospitali ya Bushiri. Sasa ikafika mahali ikapatikana hajiwezi, tukapiga simu, ambulance ikakuja ikamchukua wakampeleka Kakamega.
At EPLUS, and true to our mission, we work with communities and partners to respond to medical and trauma emergencies through the provision of accessible, responsive and quality pre-hospital care to save lives. This became apparent on 4th of February 2020 at Kakamega Primary School, when a normal day of school turned tragic.
I think it was at between For that and 4:40, I received a call from my deputy head teacher, who was requesting me to look for an ambulance. There were so many cases. Were it not for the availability of the ambulances, we could have lost more lives. We appreciate your service. Very, very vital to our schools and our society, because accidents can happen anytime.
So this is where the scene was, and some people were lying on the stairs, others were on this side, others were on top of each other, some were crying, some were unconscious. So we started to evacuate from the stairs to the ground floor.
Mr. Robert Kundumahanu, the CECM Social Services, Youth, Sports and Culture for Kakamega County, has a personal account of just how EPLUS gave him a second chance at life.
On the 20th August 2018, I went to a funeral in the Trans Nzoia sub-county. But when I arrived, I think the member of parliament was on the platform talking, but now very much agitated and pointing a finger to the opponents. So in that confusion, people started attacking me. People who are close to me called the office and called the county secretary and the Minister of Health in Kakamega County. And immediately they reached to the EPLUS line and they could trace me. Once the moment they mentioned, they actually traced, and they all, whatever the car came from, I don't know.
This is a program that I would have encouraged my colleagues governors to adopt it. And I remember in the last term, my first term, I convinced the governor of Bomet, then Isaac Ruto, and governor of Narok, because I knew that this was going to be a very, very useful service to the people.
Narok County is situated in the southern part of the Great Rift. The county is cosmopolitan, with a population of 1,157,873 persons according to the 2019 population census.
We had identified health as very critical, and this is why, even in terms of our budget today, health functions takes about 30%, which is actually what we had agreed at the Council of Governors and the national government.
Narok County also entered into a partnership with EPLUS to fulfill clear goals.
I had to get a partner with knowledge, with experience, with expertise, and which comes with a combination of factors that you have to get, for example, proper vehicles given the terrain of this county. You have to get disciplined people, very critical. When we got this partnership with the EPLUS, we got a very, very reliable partner. Very reliable. Today I can sleep. If anybody is sick anywhere, I know they'll be able to reach any hospital they want in this country.
Evacuating a patient from the far end to the Narok County Referral Hospital. Sometimes you are stuck in the mud for like 2 hours to 3 hours, managing a patient in the ambulance, waiting for backup or for another vehicle to come and pull you out of the mud.
The impact of EPLUS emergency and ambulance services are clear, as expressed by the county leadership and residents alike.
Women who are giving birth at home, in this county, women going to hospital was less than 10%. Right now, with the help, with the partnership with EPLUS, we are almost over 70%.
To some, the ambulance services in Narok County have been a life-saving experience, and with combined effort from the county's health officials and the emergency response team, lives have been saved.
Ambulance ilipokuja ilikuwa na nurse na pia ikawa na driver na other equipments kama hii mashini ya sukari iko, wakanipima. EPLUS imenisaidia sana kwa njia mingi, kwa sababu tangu kama ni clinic napiga tu simu wananipeleka, na hata kuna wakati nililazwa na nilipokuwa discharged wakaniambia tutakutumia gari. So mipangilio ni kama niliona ni mzuri.
I can speak without any fear of contradiction to urge other counties that, you know, they should really consider outsourcing the ambulances with the EPLUS, because they have what to take. Instead of reinventing the wheel, you know, looking at these vehicles, taking care of them. And you know, the good thing, the whole package is there. Their staff are ready 24 hours.
EPLUS operates the length and breadth of the country. Situations notwithstanding, other counties that have partnered with EPLUS include Kisii, Bomet, Mandera, and Garissa.
Today, if you look at the health statistics and standard of those counties that are still using EPLUS as their provider, you know, their status are very high in terms of the quality of the service they offer to their citizens.
On 2nd April 2015, gunmen stormed the Garissa University College at the center of Garissa town, killing 148 people and injuring tens more.
So what happened was these guys came through the gate, they passed through here, and then they went past, you will see the corridors. As they were passing the corridors going to the cafeteria because it was very noisy, they had a student praying on the left side, and they turned left. That's why they showed the first 12 students.
At around 10:30 to 11, we were able to reach here. We were like 100 meters from the scene. So the police and the soldier were taking the casualty, bring to us. We give the care on the scene as we transport the patient to the main hospital. Our ambulances are well equipped. We have enough oxygen to carry a patient from Garissa to Nairobi with a portable one also. And then we have all the emergency drugs for pre-hospital care.
On 9th May 2018, a man-made dam within the vast Patel Coffee Estates located in Solai, Nakuru County, broke its banks at around 7:15 p.m., gushing out approximately 190 million liters of water through settlements, leaving in its wake gruesome deaths, horrible injuries, massive destruction of property, and unprecedented displacement of people.
Nakumbuka tulikuwa tumemaliza duties. It was around 10 p.m. So at first I saw it on the news, nikaona breaking news. Around 10:40 we were right at the scene. But that time the scene was so chaotic, maji imeflood, so hata kupark gari na kufikiria what to do first. Ni kwanza kuassess the scene. EPLUS tulikuwa tumejipanga, kuna ambulance ya Nakuru yetu and other partners walikuja pia, because that was a disaster and a real one. Anytime we ran out of supplies, our headquarters were very efficient and very fast to send whatever we need. And actually we were every day we were always recommended, and everybody was happy for what we were doing. To a point, we were given the docket to make sure every welfare, every person who needs medical attention, before he or she is evacuated, we guys as paramedics, we see him or her first.
The notorious Salga stretch on the Nakuru-Eldoret highway has continuously recorded a high number of accidents over time. The government has put measures to curb this tragedy, but EPLUS has also come in to assist with pre-hospital services to minimize lives lost.
Nikifika mahali nipige tu simu hivi. Already wameshafika, wamedischarge, wamelete watu. Alafu kitu nyingine ambaye ninashukuru, mara nyingi wakati wa Disemba kuna kuanga na ajali. Unakuta kwamba ninapatiwa na EPLUS, magari zinakuja standby hapa, ambayo imekuwa usaidizi.
EPLUS has spread its wings to the most unfortunate locations, such as the largest refugee camp, Dadaab.
Cases which we respond to, especially the mothers in labor, they are the main challenges one, because they normally call us at the dying minute, when it's only 2 to 3 minutes to deliver.
The story of EPLUS cannot be conclusively told, especially at this time, without telling of the contribution the organization is making towards the management of the COVID-19 pandemic in the country. EPLUS remains on the forefront of this fight, partnering with the government of Kenya to bring light to a grim situation. The efforts are so far bearing fruit.
The operational plan is to ensure that we have all the commodities that are necessary for response, all the PPEs that are required. So we have that in stock for ourselves, and we also have prepared our staff in terms of trainings, and we've done demonstrations and practical sessions to ensure that they know what they're doing when they get such a client for response.
Apart from the cross-border transfers, EPLUS has also grown into air evacuation services through partnerships with service providers. The success of EPLUS has definitely been a result of our great core values. The dedication of staff and facilitation by management has seen EPLUS achieving the coveted ISO 9001-2015 certification. EPLUS has also been recognized as a super brand company. This not once, not twice, but 3 times over, becoming the only private ambulance service provider in Eastern Africa with these awards.
The super brands are judgment passed on by third party, not by yourself. So Super Brands Kenya and East Africa uses a UK-based company to actually do the research and come up with this recognition. So we can say that we're very proud of what we have been able to achieve in EPLUS.
EPLUS, as a stakeholder, has had a contribution to the sector by helping government to come up with regulatory policies.
The Ministry of Health formed a task force that EPLUS was a major player and helped to influence and shape the development of the EMS policy that is currently in draft, and we hope that it will be soon approved so that it can be able to regulate the industry.
With every success, there are definitely challenges as well, and EPLUS has had its fair share from different perspectives of service.
There were people who have worked to undermine the growth of EPLUS, who have undermined the whole setup of EPLUS.
We have quite a number of challenges, one being the roads. As you can see, the terrains are sometimes bad, especially when it rains. Those mothers that are pregnant, sometimes when we go through the potholes, they induce the pregnancy, so the mother delivers due to the rough roads.
As a female operator, I do get so many challenges on the road, as the other drivers, they see us as a woman driving. So as I use my own experience to drive and maneuver into all those cars, because I'm an experienced operator.
Did you know that you can also access emergency medical services too at very affordable rates anywhere across the country?
I would encourage everyone to subscribe to these services because we normally don't think of ambulance services, in our day-to-day lives. EPLUS would give you that opportunity to be able to give you that emergency service that you need and care on transit, to be able to deliver your loved ones to their facilities for further management as you go about your business and link up with them.
And we have different types of membership package, which includes individual, which is 1 person, a family, nuclear family, maximum of 6 members. We have a corporate membership that will cover staff at their workplace, and we have a package that can cover staff and their dependents. We also have a school membership for basically it's targeting institutions, both university, primary and high school. We also have a residential package for gated community or estates. We are targeting minimum of 50 households for the same. We provide a standby ambulance during events such as weddings, conferences, marches, any type of event. Recently, EPLUS launched Telemedicine Services. It's an online platform for doctors' consultation and medication, which is online, and we have pharmacies on board who can receive the prescription and send to the pharmacies we have on board. Lastly, we have first aid kits, which are KEBS approved, ranging from a personal kit, a car kit, an office setup kit.
Past 10 years have been eventful. The success is there for everyone to see. The challenges weathered as well. But what is in store for EPLUS in the future?
We hope to expand our wings in the region. I'm happy that we've already started in a small way in the Gambia, and we are seeing great opportunities there. We are looking at establishment of trauma clinics, which we hope to achieve going forward, because that will also complement our services. We are getting into home-based care services because we also realize that our referral facilities are being congested with cases that can be managed. So the opportunities are endless, and we want to explore these opportunities to take EPLUS to the next level.
Hongera EPLUS kwa miaka 10, keep saving life.
Congratulations EPLUS, continue saving life.
Kwa hii miaka 10 tunasema ongera na ongera na ongera. Long live EPLUS. Asante sana EPLUS.
Congratulations EPLUS. At 10, keep saving life.
I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate EPLUS for the good work they are doing. Keep saving life.
I want to say that Narok County will continue to partner with you in ensuring that the people of Narok and of course this country continue to benefit from the services of the EPLUS.
There's no life that you can put a cost. Yes. So I congratulate you very much for good service that you have provided to this county for the last 10 years.
Congratulations EPLUS for a decade of excellence.